let's check out what John Orquiola said.
Yeah.
Do this here. So, Strange New World. Okay, wait. Number 15 is Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3, leans into genre bending and meta commentary. Kind of covered
Yep, that
that.
that checks.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can gather that from the trailer. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think that helps with adding the air of campiness that is necessary for classic Trek, is when you're just like, hey, we know what you guys are thinking. We know what we once were. Let's really play. Let's poke the bear.
Let's
Like,
lean in.
yeah. They're like, subtlety? Who's she?
Poke
Never
the
met her.
bear.
Camp, camp, camp,
Uh,
camp.
Here's a good one. Number 14. Holodeck.
Yeah, I know people have questions about this. We have context from a 2-minute trailer we don't know yet. Chill.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the question is, why would they have a holodeck right now?
There could be so many things.
Yeah, and
There could be time
wasn't
travel. There could be, unless they're playing really fast and loose with the canon, which they could be. That's another possibility.
I doubt it. I feel
Who
like
There could
maybe,
knows?
be
right, they're pretty good about canon.
tricksters.
It could just be that it's a prototype, an early
Yeah.
Could be
prototype.
like the beta version that they're testing.
Yeah.
That could explain why things go wrong, and all of a sudden, here's a episode.
right.
Although, look, I am a
Yeah.
little cool on the idea of why does Strange New Worlds have to do a holodeck malfunction episode?
I know.
Because it's fun. We're having fun.
Then again, La'an as Carmen Sandiego is amazing. So
Right here. Yeah,
again, we're
Jonathan,
just
Film
gonna
noir
have to
one?
see it.
we've got Jonathan
Oh,
Frakes'
that's
film noir episode, Strange New Worlds Murder Mystery.
Yes.
I'm so
Love
glad
the
that that's
outfits.
his episode.
Ow!
Hell
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Love
Bring
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah, look at that. Fierce.
Do we have
They all
the
look so
episode
goddamn
titles?
hot.
Because
It's not
well,
fair.
they do. But if that episode isn't named "Where in the World Is Con" or something like that, like where is she? Like I would
Where
love
in the
that to
world
be
is
it.
La'an Noonien
Yeah.
Is
Singh?
Cotter?
Yeah, not Con. Not Noonien Singh.
Wait, look at this though. Chapel and Spock are back together, but
She's got a ring on her finger.
oh man, that is a good
Whose
catch.
ring?
What?
It's
Oh,
Roger Corby because that's who he would, right? Is that his name?
yeah.
But
Oh, were
she
they
was
engaged?
engaged to him. Yeah.
Wow.
In the
Oh,
original
so is this a
series, they
scandalous
were.
affair? I didn't think
It
too hard
sounds
about it.
scandalous.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uh,
Skinemax.
11 is Strange New Worlds does Star Trek Voyager's Captain Proton.
Basically, yes. That's what it
Yes.
reminded me of.
Look
Oh,
at the
man.
hair.
Look at those knobs.
Oh, they're beautiful. So many balls.
So
So many ball levers.
they do a
It's
70s thing and a 50s thing. I'm wondering
Look.
if that's not in the same episode.
It's gotta be
It
right.
could be. Like they could be trying to hide an ongoing storyline from us by focusing heavily on just a couple of episodes in the trailer.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Reese Darby is not playing Dr. Bones McCoy. I guess maybe that was some kind of rumor.
Mm,
Oh.
Right. That was a rumor,
Oh, I
right.
could have seen that.
which
It looks
I'm
like he's
glad.
Trelane, right?
Yes.
Here for it.
Which
Again, I'm
Heck of a
glad that
casting.
he's not playing Bones because
mhm.
too soon,
me-
I think.
I think
Yeah.
they're going to introduce somebody at the end of every season. Because at the end of season
Mm.
1, they introduced Kirk. At the end of
Mhm.
season 2, they introduced Scotty.
Scotty.
Right.
So at the end of season 3, who do we have left? We have Sulu.
Sulu.
Mm-hmm.
We have Bones.
Bones.
Yeah.
We have-
Chekhov. Well,
But
no.
I don't know if Chekhov because he wasn't in the first season, right?
Yeah,
But-
that would be harder.
But they might like still introduce him, but he just doesn't
Mention.
join.
Right, right.
Well, and
They could, but-
another reason why Bones wouldn't work is because the pilot didn't have Bones as the Enterprise doctor. It was a
Ooh,
completely different
True.
doctor.
True.
Yeah.
Dr.
So
Well-
again, you'd have
Phil
to
is
really
what I
play with
call him. I
that.
forget his last name.
Wait. Do you mean in the cage?
Where we found out that #1 was #1 and Pike was the captain of the Enterprise and
That's
it
the
was
cage.
Dr. Phil something.
No, wait. You talking
Dr.
about Dr.
Phil.
Boyce?
No.
Phil Boyce.
Dr.
Philip
Boyce?
But
Boyce.
he
Oh,
was
yeah,
but
Phil
he was in
Boyce.
the cage, is what I'm saying. Wasn't he in the cage? Or
Bones?
was he
He was in the pilot.
wait,
It wasn't Bones in the pilot.
Mm-mm.
right. When you say the pilot, what episode do you mean? Do you mean the
The
cage?
cage. Yeah,
Okay.
the cage, the one that
Oh.
introduces
Right, but the
Una as
cage
#1.
right, but the cage was before Strange New Worlds, if I remember correctly. The cage takes
Mm.
place before Strange New Worlds on the timeline.
Oh,
That's where it gets
does
confusing.
it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh.
Heck if I know.
Yep,
Yeah,
I think that's the answer there.
Uh-huh.
I think that the cage takes place a few years before Strange New Worlds, and Strange New Worlds right now we're like 5 or 6
Oh,
years before the
Okay.
original
people are
series.
Chat
chiming
says you're
in.
right, Ryan.
Yeah.
We'll believe you.
Mark Sutkoff.
I think so. I think that's the case. That's why I was
Okay.
asking about which pilot, because there was the cage, but then there was also first episodes of the original series too. So I wasn't sure if
Right.
you meant that, because
Right.
my original series knowledge is a little foggy.
It's been a
Okay.
little while. We've had a lot of new Trek to watch and going back and rewatching the older stuff. Yeah, I feel ya.
Yeah. I think the cage took place 10 years before the original series. I think that's the
Oh,
story.
interesting.
Okay.
And that Strange New Worlds is kind of like in between the two.
Gotcha.
I know
Okay,
it's
that makes
weird.
sense.
Kind of.
But yeah, Dr. Boyce, a lot of people remember when Strange New Worlds was being introduced as a show. People, Melissa, as you're mentioning, this Dr. Boyce guy who was in the cage, people were surmising that he could be the doctor in Strange New Worlds because he was introduced in the cage.
Hey.
And of course, everybody wanted Jeffrey Combs to play him, which would have been
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
That would have been
Okay.
so cool.
Gotcha. All right.
That would have been, but I'm very happy getting Dr. Mbenga and Nurse
yeah.
Chapel. I think
Yeah.
that's
Absolutely.
brilliant.
Yeah. I just
Mhm.
don't think that they should introduce the TOS characters too soon.
Yeah,
and,
If
and
you
definitely
not
play the long
too-
game there. Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
had
Not too,
to
like,
guess,
obviously. Like, let them subtly find their way in naturally.
because of the
Right.
original
Yeah.
series people, we have Kirk now, we have Uhura, we have Scotty, and we
Yeah,
have
Spock.
Spock, right? So we have
And
four
Chapel.
of the seven
And
main
Chapel.
ones, right? So Chekhov probably can't be introduced. I mean, he could be introduced, but he won't be,
Right.
leaping off of it. So I'm wondering, so what that means is if my theory is correct, at the end of season 3, we will be introduced either to Bones or Sulu. I'm going to
Mhm.
guess Sulu
That would be
because
fun.
Bones would be a third doctor.
Bones would be
Yeah,
a third doctor.
That it would have to be a thing where maybe they give him a cameo or something and we see him and we're like, oh, I know that guy, like the meme. But
Yeah.
then he's not necessarily a part of the show. He just appears.
That's what I think they might do with Chekhov. I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, what they
Somewhat
could
odd.
also do is play into 2009's assumption that they knew each other before serving together. And so you could meet him out as like, oh yeah, we're at the
That's
same
true.
starbase, dude, let's get a drink together. Like, not in an official
Yeah.
Starfleet
Sure.
capacity.
Oh
That's a
man, you
good
meet up with
idea.
Bones at the bar
Totally.
and he's in his disco suit? Hell yeah.
I need that right now.
I
Yes.
gotta
I
see
wanna
those
see
bell
that.
bottoms.
He's
I
got
wanna
this
see
like
Strange New
cheesy
Worlds.
mustache. He's
Oh
just
my god,
on.
Disco Bones, Strange New World style. Now that's leaning into the weird and in a good way.
Yes.
I don't want to have this Southern Comfort fudge.
Ooh,
Ooh.
yum.
Remember these, Melissa? I brought these to San
Fudge?
Francisco. It looks
Ew.
like I have one left. Maybe I'll eat that
Ooh.
right now.
Delicious.
So live
Sounds good.
chat, if my theory is correct, or my pattern recognition, right? Let's say the end of season 1, we were introduced to Kirk. The end of season 2, we were introduced to Scotty. Maybe it'll stop there, but I'm guessing that's what they're going to do because it's going to lead into the original series. Live chat, tell us at the end of season 3, in let's say October of this year, in the last episode, who's going to be introduced? Is it going to be Chekhov? Is it going to be Sulu? Is it going to be Bones? Or somebody else? Janice Rand? Oh man, that would be so cool if we got Janice Rand.
That'd be
Okay, that is a
Yeah.
poll, my friend.
Yeah.
It is.
That
Yeah.
I'll do it right now. Well, I chew
Well,
on this thing.
Oh my God, could you imagine
Charlotte-
the hair?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Charlotte Brockman says that Chekhov is in utero at the moment.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's a freshman at the academy.
It's true. He's zygote Chekhov right now.
What if they do like a school field trip and he's one of those kids that just goes on the trip like, this is Captain
Oh my God.
Pike.
Could you imagine that? Oh my God, little baby elementary school Chekhov tours the Enterprise on a school field trip.
That'd be so
my
Ask
gosh.
Captain Pike a question.
Like, what's
That
your
would
cool.
be
name?
so
Chekhov.
cute. That
There's
would
so
be
much you
so
could do.
cute.
That's the beauty part of it. There are ways you could make this happen. You gotta be creative about it and make it make sense.
And of all the shows to be creative enough for, I think Strange New Worlds can pull that off in the right flavor. Because
Yes.
there's like in Lower Decks, they have reference after reference after reference, and it's just pure sugar for the fans.
Baby
This one you have to be
Chekhov.
a little bit tactful for it.
Do 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 do.
I say, I think it's my money's on Sulu.
I
feel like realistically you're right.
I mean, I haven't been right about anything on this show yet, but that's my
Question
guess.
though. What does that mean for Ortegas though?
That's exactly what I'm a little worried about. Does that mean
Yeah.
she dies? But was he
Better
the
not.
navigator? He wasn't the
But there's
navigator. He was
another-
security officer.
But
It
there's
was a
So he
little
might just-
muddled.
There's another woman that sits next to Ortegas
That's
that
true.
we don't
Yeah.
get a
Right.
whole lot of.
Her name is, I don't remember.
Yeah, we stand to know her better too.
I want to know her. Let me.
Can I Google it?
Yeah, well, no, I'm just gonna look her up on IMDb because she was in a lot of episodes, and I'm trying to remember what.
Mhm.
Jenna Mitchell.
Ah, yes.
She was in 8 episodes. She's turning into
Yeah.
a regular.
Wow.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wonder
yeah,
if they'll
so
develop
maybe
her into a main.
maybe Sue, or maybe she'll die or get transferred, and Sulu will
Sir.
then train under Ortegas and under La'an. Yeah, as for
That would be a
security.
fun dynamic to see. Oh.
Would be cool.
I don't want her character to die, but I really want that to happen. So maybe she gets promoted from within. Who knows?
Or transfer
Maybe
to a
she-
different ship.
Exactly. She gets reassigned. It happens all the time. No hard feelings.
Yeah.
She gets a better job on the Farragut because that's how Star Trek goes.
Yeah.
Oh, Patrick says Sulu could still be a botanist.
Oh, that'd be
Didn't
fun.
think
Hang out with
about
Keiko.
that. Yeah. Oh, how
Well,
fun.
no, she's not born
One
yet.
of Keiko's ancestors is on the Enterprise, just
Right?
working away in botany.
Oh my. So many
Okay,
possibilities.
so here's how the poll went. I think I think Sulu is the top choice for me. Second might be Janice Rand, even though she's kind of a random answer. 5% said Baby Chekhov. 25% said Janice Rand. 28% said Drinky Bones. And
Drinky
40% said
You mean Moopsie?
Sulu.
Yeah. Nice reference.
I don't get it.
Moopsie,
Drinky
who
Bones.
drank bones.
Oh, Bone.
Lower
Wow,
Decks.
very good.
Moopsie.
Very good. Yeah.
Our favorite plush that should have been.
Right?
Chuck A
Right.
reminds us of Gary Mitchell, so maybe Jenna Mitchell is
Mm.
married to him.
Hmm.
Oh.
No,
But
yeah,
I
a
was
lot of
also thinking
possibilities. Love it.
about Lieutenant Kyle, right?
We've
Wasn't
seen
he?
him.
We
Hasn't been
met him,
around
but we already
much.
lost him after season
Oh,
1. He's already gone and
Oh,
replaced, which is a bummer
it is.
because he's
oh,
back in the
really?
original series. Yeah,
He
remember
is in the
season he
Comes
was
original
back
gone in
apparently.
season
series.
2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, the actor
He-
just got different work, right?
Right,
And that's all it was.
I believe so. I believe he just is gone. Yeah.
recast.
Oh. There was an anomaly. His face got all. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Bewitched did it.
Andre Day
Yeah.
Kim. And then he was replaced by, I can't remember who the person was that replaced him.
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, a lot of characters though. That's a lot of fun. And I hope that's the pattern they're going to do. Just introduce somebody new at the end, because that's the perfect season 3 cliffhanger. Oh, hi, what's
Right.
your name? I'm Ensign Sulu. And they're like, oh my God. And then it ends, like what they did with Cheka or with Sulu. What the heck is his name? Scotty, I
Scotty.
mean.
Scotty.
It's Friday.
You know
I
what they
just
could
had
end up
Southern
doing?
Comfort fudge.
If they really wanted to, they could go around a corner and be like, "Who's that?" And you just hear some fencing clinking, and then that's it.
That's
That'd be
cool.
fun.
Oh, that could be fun.
That's cool. Or
That would
even
be
see them
cool.
fencing, but it's covered.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, who's that? And they say, that's our new pilot or something like that. And then everybody will be like, I know who that is.
Then they don't
That's
reveal the
fun.
face, and everyone's like, "Who is it?"
Oh, we know who that is.
Yeah. Now we
Oh,
need to know the
wait.
actor.
There's still way more stuff from John Orquiola's thing. Okay, number 9,
Oh,
Patton
let's go.
Oswalt is a Vulcan.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Hmm.
Looking
Yeah.
forward to that.
Hmm.
Uhura gets a romance with Scotty. Isn't that
Say
reminiscent
what?
of the movies, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yes,
That's
it was
cool.
established in the movies. Yeah.
So, okay. We're trying this
I didn't even
earlier, I
catch
guess.
that. How did we catch that? How do we know there's a
Yeah,
It
I
Frame by
didn't.
frame,
go
man. You got to go
either.
frame by frame.
I
Like,
mean, it
what did they
just
kiss? What's going on?
yeah, it just showed them. Look, there they are. But
Okay,
like,
but look, that could be anything.
yeah, they could be working on something.
I don't know.
Does he offer an explanation underneath the picture or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
help.
says Scotty wants to break her back, but I don't know what that means. So
It doesn't
Look,
say that.
wanting to
Wait
and
a
actually
second.
doing it are two separate things. Okay.
uh
That's why they need the
s-
third doctor on the ship.
not that kind of back breaking, but it says Uhura is seen flirting with an unknown black-haired character in Strange New World season three's trailer, but she also appears next to Scotty. Okay, so what it is that we see her kind of doing a little flirt, but we don't know who it's with, but then we also see her standing with Scotty, so we assume
Okay,
it could
that
be
could
her.
be anything.
But it could also be Spock if we're talking about the JJ movies.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, is there going to be some weird love triangle with Spock, Chapel, and Uhura?
Oh,
Oh,
I
please
hope
no.
not.
No,
A
thank you. I don't want
parallelogram.
it. No thanks.
I hope not. I did like the Scotty, not the Scotty, the Spock and Uhura romance in the movies,
Me
in the
too.
JJ movies. I
Yeah,
liked
but that doesn't really
Harry.
need to
It
be
worked in the movie.
here.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that
I don't know.
Uhura's
I
a
don't make
strong,
anything of
independent
that.
woman.
Yeah. Look, I'm glad she's getting her flirt on, but look, there's not enough information on that.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I don't
I'm
know.
looking at the
Isn't it just me, or does like the romance side of things just not feel as well of a fit with Strange New Worlds? Like the romance side of things, I could see a little bit more in Disco, or like I don't know. Strange New Worlds is kind of like we know what their paths end up being, so it's a little harder to get romance in.
Like,
Well,
no, are we gonna have like the Naked Times Strange New World style where everybody's just kissing on each other? Because it like most Star Trek series have done this to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
We
Except
really
for
don't
Voyager.
have to.
They knew what the fans wanted and they didn't give it to us.
Yeah, that's true. They refrained on purpose, and that was rude.
Hmm.
I don't
Oh,
know.
I see Jenna Mitchell in the trailer. She's in the trailer for season 3. I'm looking at it right now. I see
Huh.
her in it. And the person that Uhura is flirting with in the bar, it says romance, and it shows, so it tells us this will be a romance, is somebody we've never
Oh.
seen before. And then it just
Okay.
shows her, later with Scotty. So this is just a guess.
Okay.
Because we
Okay.
know for sure the person that she's flirting with or sharing a drink with is not Scotty.
Okay.
Uh,
That's
Um,
fine.
yeah, but that would
it's
be really
so
cool otherwise.
Yeah.
A lot of cool things watching this slowly. Yeah, I'll show you who the person is. Here it is. And we don't even know for sure. I mean, well, no, it did say romance, so it tells us that's a romance.
Is that Uhura?
Yes.
Okay, it kind of does look like a
See?
gothed up
That was her.
Scotty.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, you know what? It does kind of look like a goth emo Scotty.
Like he put some gel in his hair, and
That
Oh
guy.
no.
but it
Oh,
could
wait,
also be somebody else.
I see dark eyes on him. I wonder if he's a betazoid.
Ooh. Yes,
Ooh.
maybe. Maybe. I could see
see.
Uhura being attracted to that. Yes.
See.
Yeah, he's such a goth kid, though. Oh my
Does he look
God.
like Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco? Like-
I'm gonna predict that he either
Yes.
has a British accent or a Russian accent, but most likely British. That looks like a British.
Mm.
We'll
Not a
see.
spot to tea. Hmm.
Bit of a Marina Sirtis accent.
Yeah, all right.
Right.
All right.
Oh, what is that? Maybe that's in one of the things Melissa said. It looks like some kind of crazy looking Klingon monster
Oh
thing.
my.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
zombie thing. Which is why
Oh.
some of the other articles that I
Is it like a
shared.
Targon meth? What's going
Look at
on?
this.
Oh. Oh, yeah, he's on
Halloween
something.
episode?
Oh my. That's not
I
healthy.
missed all this
Well,
stuff. Anyway,
yeah,
let me look back at
there's
this.
another
Let's
shot where there's like a Klingon coming out of the ashes, and then Mbenga is like,
awesome.
Ooh.
The Starship Enterprise goes analog. I don't even know.
Telephone.
probably the
Yeah.
50s.
Who is it?
Pike serves classic Star Trek original series food. Oh, that's fun.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yes.
the little
Yeah, the food cubes.
colorful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay, they're
Cool.
back. I
That's
did
awesome.
notice
Be
that. That
fun.
was fun.
What was that
Mhm.
episode?
Was it Journey to Babel?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Good knowledge.
Yeah.
Look at him. Oh my God.
Just-
Yes, more partying in Pike's
Yeah.
quarters where he's
Hey,
cooking in
hey.
the apron.
And
Yes.
that's
Goth
see, that's
guys in
Jenna
the
Mitchell
bars
right
in
there,
the
I
back.
think.
Uh-huh.
No,
Okay.
that's La'an.
Oh,
D-
you're
Goth
right.
guys there.
Oh, and then
Yeah,
there's
there he
Goth,
is.
whoever.
But that's La'an, not Jenna Mitchell.
Are you sure?
Is it Lon?
I'm
You
I
know,
mean,
it
he
does
might-
look like her. Yeah.
It's
It looks
Okay,
like
for
Christina
sure.
Chong.
Okay. But
She's had a few, but
that's definitely Robert Smith from The Cure.
yeah, definitely. But then there is the colorful cubes in the background. Is that dessert? I wonder.
Ooh, I went dessert.
Yeah.
I need
Is
to
this
make
the
like a
return of the Zindi? That's
Oh my.
that's interesting. That's what John
Be
Orquiola
fun.
guesses. Strange New World season 3 has Klingon zombies, or is this the return of the
Yeah.
Zindi? Yeah.
Inside that
Yeah.
Klingon zombie. I was
Look.
going through these and I was like, what sound does a Klingon zombie make? Ah!
It's halfway between, I think, like pain and like taking a shit.
Yeah, which can be both. La'an leads the fight against the Gorn.
Of
Strange New Worlds
course.
goes inside a Gorn ship. They have to have one Gorn episode too every time.
Of course they do. Yeah.
Well, we have to close out the cliffhanger. So
Yeah.
that's
True.
heavily Gorn featured.
Very true.
You know, I think I'll actually be able to enjoy the cliffhanger more, knowing what we've seen in the trailers going forward of like certain characters that I've grown very
Mhm.
attached to are still there. Because like that was my
Well,
biggest
yeah.
thing at the end of season 3. I'm like, you better not freaking kill insert name, insert name, insert name. Like,
Yeah.
It's always the
why?
risk.
And at the end, it is Laan and Ortegas and a few other people who were beamed onto the Gorn ship. So it would make sense that she's leading them
Right.
off of the ship.
Kirk and Scotty team up for the first time. Captain Kirk's future
Love
USS Enterprise
it.
crew is coming together.
Some Scotch whiskey, I presume.
Yeah.
Oh.
We are going to love us some Martin Quinn, I bet you.
I bet it'll be
Number
great.
1, Strange New Worlds comes out summer 2025. The 2-year wait is nearly over. It's been 2 years, you guys.
2
Yeah.
years.
That's crazy. For 10 episodes? Like,
I know.
Ouch.
Well,
I'm all for like actor health and mental health and everything, but I've seen fan fiction writers make something longer than Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix in under a week. Like, come on.
Well, actor health would be them continuing to work.
Yes, true.
Yes.
It's
And it's
hard
not
to-
just that, it's all the post-production and yada yada.
True.
right.
Keep everyone employed. Make more.
Thanks so much for watching that clip. We go live every Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on Star Trek and Chill.